everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today's DIY is not exactly a DIY, more of an inspiration. I'm just going to show you what we did to create a better looking aesthetic for our home. We have a 300-foot driveway, but it is fairly narrow, and all of our trucks, trailers, and excavator for our company sit directly in front of the home. Not to mention the fact that I'm going to admit we are both kind of pack rats, so anything that's usable on a job site that we don't want to bring to the dump, we do bring home, and we try and find a use for it. We're always bringing things home. And the side of our house is sort of where it gets dumped, so I'm going to clean that up as well. But I'm also going to be building a little storage shed there. Well, it's not even really a shed. It's like a pretty cute little privacy wall. And it's going to house the rakes and all the exterior tools behind that. First, we need to clean this space up. One of the best parts about this project is that when we started to dig up the ground, we got the kids out and they had to pick out the rocks. We obviously knew that we were going to get a few dump truck loads of rocks, but nothing like some good old child labor, some sweat equity, and teaching them work ethic. So they got to come out and enjoy that with us. I don't know who really enjoyed it, but some of them did. Now this part took a while, and again, this is not really a DIY, just sort of an example of what we're doing on our property. We own the excavator in our company, but you are able to rent an excavator for under $1,000 for the day, and you can essentially cut out the size that we did in just a day. It took us a few days and some nights because Tom was very particular about grading it and leveling it properly, which I'm so thankful for because he definitely has that super precise brain, where I'm more of the like artistic, whimsical one, where I'm like, oh, that looks nice, and he's like, no, it has to be exactly perfect. So he actually graded it from, when you're looking at it, the top right corner down to the left, because we do have drainage there, so that way all of the rainwater will slowly come down and seep into the drain. So again, you are able to dig out your driveway section in definitely a one-day rental. Set aside the entire day for it, but it did take us a few days because of work, life, and kids. This video is not sponsored by, but we would absolutely take the sponsorship of Busch Light because that keeps him going. And digging all night. Day after he finished, it absolutely poured for 3 days, and we were kind of excited about it because if the way we have sloped our driveway actually worked to get it into the French drain. Now, if you don't know what a French drain is, essentially it's just this corrugated pipe here that has those little holes in it, and you wrap it in landscape paper. You install it along the perimeter of whatever you're installing, whether it's your property, your foundation, in our case, it's the driveway, and the water that goes into the ground and overflows will essentially go into the pipe. The dirt will stay behind because you have the landscaping paper on, and the water will just flow to wherever you're flowing it. Ours is going into the street ditch, and then it'll just wash away with the rest of the water. So now he just has to take all of this, we've got 2 more loads coming, and scoop it into here and rake it in, and then it'll eventually wash out to be like that gray color. It's just dirty right now. And then when we park, remember, now we'll drive in and park over to the side. And while Tom was finishing up the driveway and leveling out all of the gravel, I actually started the build on the fence storage. I don't really have a name for it. If you do, that would be awesome. It's essentially just 4x4s with a channel down the center, and then I used fence boards to go across horizontally, leveling them every 5 or 6 boards. And then I hung up some hooks in behind, and it's able to hold all of our rakes, shovels, edgers, anything that we need that's outside, or anything that we take home from a job site. The driveway is finished, and this is part 1. It's snowing outside right now, so I will update you in the spring with what we're doing next.